Testing, testing, one, two, three. Testing, testing, one, two, three. Hello, everybody. We'll just give everybody a couple minutes here to drop in, and we'll get started very soon. Okay, got a late start, so let's go ahead and get started here now. People will invariably filter in probably in the next 30 minutes or so, no need to wait around, right? Okay, so I haven't actually played Jagasta for a while. I think last time I streamed, I played Brungar, the Mammoth Bane. But I decided I really want to get back into Jagasta and, just kind of see him to the end of whatever playthrough, whatever the end looks like for this playthrough anyway. I did play a little bit more through the week, and difficulty isn't terrible. It's just his damage output is really, really crazy right now. But Elder Dragons are starting to spawn, along with some other higher level enemies. So I'm going to leave the difficulty level alone as is, although, maybe wouldn't be a bad idea to take a look at the Wildcat settings now just to see what's available. Okay, so it looks like we would need to enable Wildcat difficulty settings here. And I'm playing on Legendary right now, which halves the damage dealt by the player character, and multiplies the damage taken by 3.5. The damage taken, I think, is still fine. The damage dealt is what I need to fiddle with, and it's already pretty low at half. So I don't know where to start going with that. I suppose we'll just keep playing a little bit, and then if things are just way too easy, then we can switch this back on, and then start taking halves. So for damage dealt, I can change that to 0.25. And then if that's just way too spongy, the enemies are way too spongy with that, then I can kick it back up to whatever is between 0.25 and 0.50. Something like a 0.37. And then just keep cutting the difference in half until I find something that's workable. But like I said, with the higher level enemies coming, the difficulty issue might work itself out. Jagasta is still very much a very shattery glass cannon, even though the cannon part is huge. The glass part is equally terrifying. One or two hits from just about anything, and he's a goner. So it requires me to be quick on my block button and my dodge button. Still pretty challenging, even though enemies are dispatched very quickly. I'm also trying to come up with a way to release Zora and Rumara in here.
So, what's the plan?
They're great for incidental dialogue, and I put a lot of work into making them look the way they do. And Jagasta is a very social kitty cat. Oh, hello, Loki. How are you, my friend? Did you have a good New Year? He's my favorite kitty, too. He is a sociable kitty cat, so followers have been an important part of his experience in Skyrim here. But I don't know, I think they just make the game way too easy. It might be time for Jagasta to sort of branch out on his own for a little bit. I gotta think of a way to do that. That makes sense story-wise. Okay, so we are going to continue on with this Helgen Reborn quest line here. Let's see. We are tasked right now with going to see what is holding up our lumber shipment. There's this Mr. Reinhardt in Falkreath here that's running the lumber mill, apparently. We had a huge order of lumber that was supposed to make it to Helgen to help our rebuilding efforts, and it never made it. So we are heading to the lumber mill here and trying to figure out exactly what's going on with that. It's about noon. So maybe we'll be catching him during his lunch break or whatever. So let's see what's going on. Didn't do much. We were in lockdown, so couldn't go out, even though some selfish idiots still did. Yeah. We're not quite in a very strict lockdown, but my wife and I are still kind of trying to stay in our bubble a little bit, so we didn't do much either. The dog was very freaked out with all the fireworks and everything, and she is, for every holiday that includes fireworks by the neighbors. So our activity for the evening was just trying to comfort the dog until like 2 o'clock in the morning. Not the most fun way to celebrate a new year, but glad to see 2020 behind us, that's for sure. I hope 2021 turns things around a little bit. Hello, Mr. Reinhardt. Marcus Janus sent me to check on his lumber. Check on his lumber.
Marcus Janus? Ah, yes. The fella from Corinth. Well, tell him we're short-handed on help right now, but we're getting to him as quickly as we can. Boland has injured his back and he's convalescing, so I don't have anyone...
Yeah, honestly, we could do with a stricter lockdown here, too. We live about, I don't know, a few, 2 or 3 miles away from one of the sort of nightlife hotspots in the city. And if you just drive through there right now, it's like the pandemic doesn't even exist. Like, there is no social distancing. There is nobody's wearing masks. It's just crowded bars and clubs everywhere. And, you know, yesterday they reported something like 11,000 new cases and a couple hundred deaths yesterday. So for whatever reason, they're not increasing lockdown measures or mask mandates or anything. They're just letting it fall how it will, I guess. Not great, in my opinion, but, you know, people have all kinds of opinions on it, I guess. Wait, you want me to saw the logs we already paid you for? Sounds like a good deal for you, huh?
No one has paid me anything in full. I was only paid a deposit. But I can adjust the final price to reflect your sweat equity. I will make sure you get a fair price, given the nature of my current situation.
Yeah, that's the thing. We do have mask mandates, and we have things like a limit to how many people you can have in a restaurant or a bar or things like that, but they're not being enforced at all. So I guess we could use you know, some more stringent enforcement on those already in place restrictions. But right now they just restrictions with no teeth. Okay, well, it better be a big discount. I've heard Riverwood is looking for contracts.
Oh, no need to get hasty. I'll make it worth your while.
Okay, well, lucky for this guy, Jagasta is not averse to physical manual labor. And it's been a while since he's done a good, honest day's work. So heading back over to the lumber mill here and sawing some lumber is not totally off-putting to Jagasta. But this guy seems like a real flake. Might be worth it to actually look into Riverwood for supplying lumber.
Reinhardt finally found someone who will work for free. Nice. I'll tell you, that man has no shame.
Yeah, I get the feeling. So working for free? What are you talking about?
Since my cousin Boland has been down on his back, I came to fill in for him, but I haven't been paid in weeks.
Yeah, I wish it were like that here, Loki. Honestly, we could use it. Why has he not paid you?
I have an idea, but can't prove it. I've probably said too much already. Hey, you better get to work. Those logs aren't going to saw themselves.
Hey, just because Reinhardt can't pay you doesn't mean I can't. Yeah, if you need a job, I have money. I can pay you.
What did you have in mind?
How about 1,000 gold? That's probably a better deal than you're getting from Reinhardt anyway, and it sounds like you could use the work, right?
Very well. Honest gold for honest work. I'll take it.
Alright, so what's the deal with this Reinhardt fella?
Well, I can tell you Boland is not down on his back. He has said that because he and I both refuse to work for free. That damn Reinhardt keeps gambling away all our money.
Yeah, that Brexit thing is a whole debacle too. That was scary for a lot of people, not just you guys over there. It has implications on the global economy and everything too.
It's that damn fight cave.
Fight cave, huh?
He lost all his money gambling on those damn fights. Boland tried to tell me, but I wouldn't listen. He doesn't have any money to pay me for my work, so I ain't working until he can pay me. You'll have to ask Reinhardt about it if you want to know any more. But don't tell him I said anything. I'll deny it. That's all I can tell you.
Okay, so... Alright, so now we're... Alright, so we got the lumber thing taken care of here. Roland's going to take care of the lumber shipment that we need, which is good. Jagasta wouldn't have mind doing the labor himself, but if he can provide money for somebody who needs a job to do the same stuff, then why not? And we need to get our supply chain figured out anyway. I can't, you know, be a full-time lumber runner for Helgen, so we need to get this thing fixed and see what the heck is going on with this Reinhardt fella and how to fix the issues that he's having. Sounds like he is a gambling addict, and there are some fights going on in this fight cave thing here that he keeps betting on. So, sounds like he lied to me. I know about this fight cave.
Gah, those cousins. Always running off at the mouth. Roland doesn't know what in Oblivion he's talking about.
Well, he said he's willing to work, you just can't pay him.
Nah, damn blabbermouth.
Or
Just
Balbermouth.
don't keep his mouth shut. I'm sorry I lied to you. You had me trapped and I didn't know what to do. But say, maybe you can help me out of this problem I'm in.
Yeah, so you've lied to me, you betrayed my trust, and you have defaulted on the contract that you had with Helgen. So why should I help you and or trust you?
Because, unless you do, it could be weeks before the rest of your lumber for Helgen is delivered. Roland is right. I'm broke and I can't pay anyone for the work.
What about the deposit Helgen gave you? There was quite a bit of money there.
Lost it. Gone. Went on a bad run in the fight cave. But
Okay, well, at least he's being honest
is
now.
where you can help me. I take my last bit of gold and bet on you. You fight and win enough times, and I'll get my money back. And you keep your winnings from the pit.
What is this fight cave anyway?
It's like an arena. Men fight, people bet, try to win money. The fighters are paid if they win. If they lose, well, you know.
So you fight to the death.
Exactly. No need to tell you the rules. There aren't any. The only exception is the fights are between men, mer, or Khajiit only. And of course the occasional orc. But no creatures, giants, or the like are allowed in the pit. Only the civilized races.
Well, it's a stretch
Beyond
calling
that,
orcs civilized,
wear
but
any armor,
okay.
Use any weapon or magic you like, and fight to the death.
So, how do I get in?
You have to have a recommendation. Take this letter to Goro. It's from a friend of mine in Cyrodiil. It was for another fighter that met an untimely end. So don't ask any questions about it. You'll find the cave a little ways down the west road heading out of town. One last thing. We must have no further contact until all this is over. Once I get my money back, I'm done with that pit for good. You may return to see me then. But if you try to talk to me in the cave, I will act like I don't
Is that
know.
certain orc going to hate me more or less than goats, I wonder? Or are you thinking of a different orc, Loki? Alright, but you know, if you double cross me again, I'm coming back for you.
Hey, calm down. You don't think I know that? I just want to get back on my feet and I'm done with that place.
Okay, so Jagasta's not going to be cool with killing these people. But I think we can roleplay it that he has control over his martial arts enough that he can knock these people out without killing them. Now whether or not to take out... Okay, I guess Zora and Rumarin can accompany me to the fight cave. But once we get in there, we're going to have to probably leave them at the door so that they don't interfere with any of the arena stuff that we have going on. Okay, so we are heading south, it looks like. Back through the city, I suppose. And it looked like from the map we'd be wanting to exit the city from this side. Yes, correct. Excuse me. So I also did a few things off camera, off stream. Leveled up once. And I took the destruction perk here, Scarring Burns, which reduces fire resistance of the target that you hit by 20% for 5 seconds. So things like Fire Blast here, which I also did upgrade. It's sort of forgotten magic spell that comes with its own upgrade system and experience. That also has fire resistance reduction effect along with it too. So I can use this more effectively against things like fire dragons that are extremely fire resistant, and the more I hit them with that spell, the harder it hits as I keep hitting them. So that helps a little bit with the whole key blast thing. I also took Shagrol's hammer, excuse me, back to Largashbur and completed the, excuse me, Malakath quest. And I got Volendrung, the hammer of Malakath, and gave it to Ugor there, the sort of shield maiden orc, one of the prospective wives of some chief somewhere. Decided that she was getting a little bit of wanderlust and decided to want to, go out and make her own name as somebody other than another wife of another chief somewhere. So I gifted her with Volendrung, and now she is out and about in the world making a name for herself as an adventurer and champion of Malakath. So there's that. All right, there. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of extra juice in the gullet there, I guess. Am I going the right way? I feel like I'm not going the right way. I am not going the right way. How am I going to get there, though? This way, maybe? I've started saving for my computer again. Got 200 pounds right now. Technically 250, because my sister gave me 50. But it's cash, whereas Dad gave me 100 for Christmas into my bank, and I added 100 pounds. Need to save 2,000. All right. So over 10% there already. Yeah, just a little bit over a longer period of time. 2,000 pounds should get you a very decent system, I would say. I'm like right over the top of it. Okay, I see a little pathway there. This is probably the fight cave right here, eh? Yeah. Alright. Let's wait for Rumarin and Zora to get here, and then we'll have them post watch outside here as I go in sort of undercover. Yeah, Loki, better to do it that way than try to rack up a credit card and not knowing when you're going to be able to pay that off. Takes longer, harder to be patient, but... Excuse me. Alright, you guys. Let's see here. Tweak commands. Why don't you guys relax right here? If you hear a cat screaming, it's probably me, and I probably need some help. And yes, I will take that into account, Rumarin. When in doubt, aim for the crotch. Okay, let's see what's going on in here. Yeah, Loki, it's really hard to find computer components right now. Honestly, it might be cheaper. You might get better components just by buying a pre-built right now anyway, with how scalpers and bots and stuff are just getting the good GPUs and CPUs as soon as they become available. It's really hard for an actual person to find a GPU that's available for list price. But pre-builts are still quite easy to find, and they have all the good stuff in them. So you might be better off just doing the pre-built route. I did the same thing, even though I'm capable of building a computer from scratch. When I built this one, or when I wanted to buy this one, the Bitcoin, the blockchain mining stuff was going crazy, so GPUs were really hard to find. And it was actually cheaper to get a pre-built. I think I got this pre-built for like $1,800 with, top shelf components in it. Whereas, that was probably less than I would have paid for the GPU that I wanted in it on its own at the time. So it's not always the best policy to build your own, although some people would probably disagree. Who am I supposed to talk to here? Yeah, this was about 3 years ago at this point, and it had a 1080 Ti graphics card and an Intel i7 7700 CPU, which was, you know, if you weren't going for the super expensive Titan GPUs, that was pretty much the best system available at that point, which for $1,800 was really good. I don't think you can find a top of the line system for that price anymore, just because, you know, the newer generations of GPUs and CPUs are out now, and they're a little more expensive, but they'll come down in price a little bit as they become more available, I think. Want to say for a PS5 to play Miles? Yeah, the Miles Morales looks really good with the ray tracing. Yeah. That does look really good. The PS5s are hard to find too now, but they're becoming more and more available. I am here to fight. Here's my recommendation letter. You're right, yeah, Jagasta does not look like he belongs here. But you know, any traveling monk that is going to some underground fight ring is going to look out of place. Oh, I said GTX. Alright, RTX. GTX is,
Between you and me, I heard he killed dozens of those Aldmeri bastards.
Shite laptop has an i5 NVIDIA GeForce GTC 950. Yeah, it's kind of older.
Go down through the passage underneath here and see Wiglov down in the blue room.
The PC I had before this was one of those little Alienware alphas. It had an i7 in it, but it was a really old, like, mobile version of the i7, so it wasn't great. But it was top of the line for that model, that little tiny Alienware alpha model. And I forget what the GPU is, but it was a mobile GPU as well that was soldered onto the board, so I couldn't even upgrade it. And it did fine. It played Skyrim at, I don't know, medium settings with like vanilla, no mods, and hit 60 FPS for the most part. But as soon as I started modding it and everything, it started to really chug. But I'm still using that. I have it plugged into my TV out in the living room, and I use it for emulated like arcade games and old Nintendo games and stuff like that. And it still works for that stuff, and it does work for some like AAA games as well, but I have to play them on low settings. But it gives me an option to play that stuff out in the living room. It's fun for entertaining guests and, you know, playing with the wife. More casual style gaming, for sure. Yeah, I know. It's probably hard in this community too. You see everybody's like fancy screenshots and stuff like that, and then like looking at vanilla graphics, it's a little disappointing. I mean, that's probably the largest motivator for me in getting this new PC was seeing all the awesome things people were doing with their Skyrim installs and their modding setups, and wanting to be able to do something like that on my own.
All pit dogs start as challengers.
Gotta keep up with the Joneses, right? So you mean we're the goats? Feckin' goats.
If you want to look at it that way, be my guest. Either way, everyone starts on the blue team and proves themselves from there. Prepare yourself, and let me know when you're ready to fight.
Let's see, Detroit, does that become human or something like that? That was the sort of adventure choice-making game. Kind of like Life is Strange. Yeah, and Assassin's Creed is really heavy, especially on the CPU.
Well, you have to live first.
Yeah, that seemed interesting. There's also the Until Dawn, I think, which is like the horror movie one that I really wanted to play too. I wonder if I can find that on Steam. Should put it on my wish list.
Yeah, it looks really pretty.
Okay, well, I'm ready for a match now. Hey, Magus. What's up, friend? Alright, ready to fight.
Very well. Your first match will be against a particularly nasty orc with an enchanted mace. He's a big brute and can take a hit, so be on your toes. Follow me.
I've been playing Life is Strange with my wife a little bit, but we have not gotten back into that for some time. We should pick that back up. I think last time we played, she ended up falling asleep, like she does every time we sort of try to watch something. She's been getting better about it lately, though.
Another exciting round of action in the Fight Cave. Your first fighter. You know him, and you love him. Hailing from Markov.
Everybody's out spending their Christmas shopping, or Christmas money, huh?
Let's have a big round of applause for your favorite Green Myrmidon, Mork the
Myrmidon.
Fearful.
Where's the fishtail in the trident? He doesn't look like a Myrmidon to me. Oh, Merman. I got him mixed up.
And for your challenger, today we have a new pick dog from the blue team. Hailing from parts unknown, please welcome your challenger. And so we have two fighters full of rage and ready to do battle. Two warriors have entered this pit, but only one.
Oh, that's a
warrior
bummer,
will
Loki.
lead.
Maybe GOG has it. If not, Epic might. I wonder if that's even on PC at all. It surprises me that Detroit
Your wagers
is
have been placed, and
on
you're
PC,
ready
but
for
Until
war.
Dawn isn't.
Let's find out who will be victorious.
It might be a PlayStation exclusive.
Let the match begin.
Ooh, they love the Challenger, huh? Okay. Well, as I said, we'll go ahead and take his enchanting gear. His enchanted gear. Hungering cold. I don't need that. We're not killing these people. We are knocking them out. That's sort of the roleplay making shit up thing that we're doing. I don't think Jagasta would be killing these people.
Pick dog.
I think he would have command over his Gout Fang technique enough that he could knock someone out for a good long while and end the fight without having to actually kill them. So that's what we're doing.
Don't go away. Let's see if this
Yeah, I won't buy from
challenger
Epic
the
either.
blue team can keep it up.
Just kind of shady business tactics there. Not very pro-consumer. They tend to side with the developer on everything, whereas Steam will side with the customer on everything, which is, you know, why some companies tend to go with Epic over Steam, along with some lucrative exclusive deals. But you know, until Epic is sort of forced to cater to their customers a little more than, you know, just trying to outright buy exclusivity rights, you know, I'm gonna stay away from Epic. Let's see. Defeat your opponent. Follow. Something bugged out here. I think we might have bugged. Oh, it's so it like completely destroyed your operating system, huh? You had to completely reinstall the OS. Alright, where is this map marker trying to point me at here? Ugh. Alright, I think we might be bugged. Let's see if we can get money for our fight here. Maybe that's what's hanging up. Yeah, Loki, newer software is designed to run on newer hardware for the most part. So if you're running on older hardware, it pretty much doesn't always work correctly because it sucks, but they're not always going to be testing as heavily on older hardware as they are going to be doing it on the newer stuff based on hardware surveys and what most people are running. Probably another reason to save up for your new rig. Oops, I forgot I gotta talk to the guy in the cage first. So yeah, Magus, just to fill you in on what Jagasta's doing here. Getting a little bit of ghosting here now too after that reload. It's strange. Might just be my monitor. How come? Can't talk to this guy. Okay, something funky's going on here. Yeah, my menu's not even showing up anymore. Something really weird. Alright, Alright, I just gotta kill this thing, I think. Yeah, just to fill you in on where we are here, Helgen needed a bunch of lumber for its rebuild efforts, and it wasn't getting it. The shipment had been lost somehow. It never showed up, so we went to investigate the reason why at the Falkreath lumber mill. It turns out the owner of the lumber mill there became addicted to gambling at the fight cave here on the fights there. So we're kind of working in cahoots with him to earn his money back so that he can pay people to cut lumber for him and continue on with the shipments of lumber to Helgen, which it really needs for its rebuilding efforts. Yeah, something went haywire there with the UI, I think. The compass wasn't showing up for me. The map wasn't showing up for me. It wasn't the toggle menu console command either because the console actually showed up. So I don't know. I think just a glitch with Sky UI or something. And there was some weird ghosting effect too that I was seeing. It might just have been my monitor, but I didn't see that the first time. Yeah, it looks a lot better now. And we got our compass back. I think we're good to go. Yeah, I think just the nature of modded Skyrim.
Let's see. From Rolfstone, Heart of Bruma. Haven't seen him in months. Please tell
Was
him
that just like a one-time thing, Magus, or
My,
was it
he
something you were having
a
trouble with all
warrior
night?
in his day, but age eventually catches us all, I suppose. Between you and me, I heard he killed dozens of those Aldmeri bastards during the Great War. Well then, if you're a friend of his, you are certainly welcome here. Go down through the passage underneath here and see Wiglaf down in the blue room. He'll get you
iHUD
started.
wasn't working at all.
And,
Ugh.
Don't get yourself
That's a pain.
killed, okay?
Did you end up getting it figured out, or are you still having an issue with it? Yeah, Loki, I hope it's not 2021 getting started. I hope it's just remnants of 2020, but well, we'll see. We'll be dealing with some 2020 bullshit for some time, I think. Still bugged. And with only 20 mods? Well, you would think it would be easier to find the conflict with only 20 bugs, but, wow. The thing is, if you can't with only 20 bugs, that means it's going to be harder to diagnose.
We have Myrmidon matches going
Something
on
really
right
weird
now.
going on in there.
It just so happens I have an opening on the blue team. All pit dogs start as challengers to our Myrmidon level fighters. Prepare yourself, and let me know when you're... Well, you have to live first. Report to Goru after each fight for your earnings.
Okay, I'm going to do a quick save right here, just in case we get bugged out again.
Very well. Your first... He's a big brute. It can take a hit, so be on your toes. Follow me.
I want to see what to focus on here. Let's see, we're about 2/3, a little less, of the way to leveling up destruction here for level 50, which will help us out quite a bit with some ranged stuff. Light armor is very close, but that will level up automatically. Sneak, not worried about right now. And pickpocket, we're just going to have to rely on training for quite some time. Where are we at block? I think we'll just go at this with a completely unarmed approach. Let's make sure we're ready to go. Looks like we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting round of action in the Fight Cave.
Oh, Jagasta the Moon Puss? Yeah. Kind of came up with that on the very first episode when we did the random roll, and had to stick with it.
And you love him, hailing from Markov, by way of the Dragon Tail Mountains. Let's have a big...
Only 1/5 of the video? Yeah, you gotta take breaks.
Myrmidon! Mork! Fearful!
Mork from Orc,
For
huh?
your challenger! Today we have a new pick dog from the blue team!
He should chase you around going, Nanu, Nanu.
No! Please, welcome your challenger!
Good point, Loki.
And so we have
Maybe you
two
should get back to work
fighters,
after this
full
stream.
range,
How about that?
And ready to do battle. 2 warriors have entered this pit, but only 1 warrior.
Of course, then it would be very late for you. So maybe after the stream, get some rest. Wake up tomorrow refreshed and ready to work on your videos. After some coffee.
Your wagers have been placed, and you're ready for war.
So stream,
Let's find out
sleep,
who will
coffee,
be
video.
victorious. Let the match begin.
Okay, so now it says completed. Defeat your opponent. There we go. That's what's supposed to happen.
A devastating mauling by our challenger.
I could have tried to disable and enable wiggle off here. That might have fixed it actually before. Sometimes that helps to fire off scripts that haven't fired
So don't go away.
attached to
Let's
certain
see if
NPCs.
This challenger from the blue team can keep it up.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I get up in the morning just because I have to, for like morning meetings and stuff at work, and because the rest of the world tends to operate that way. But if it were up to me, I'd probably be doing a lot more work at night. That's usually when I get hit with the motivation, second wind, I guess. Hard for me to shut my brain off, so I do have some trouble sleeping at night sometimes, and when it's time to relax and I don't have anything distracting me, that's when I have all these great ideas for fun things that I can do, and then get super motivated to start a new project and then end up not sleeping at all, and then being completely useless the day after. Give me my 250, Goro.
250 gold for a Myrmidon match. Well done. Now there's just one thing, Challenger. We need you to choose a name so we can put on the cards for any
nickname.
matches you fight in. Please see Wiggloff and decide what you want to call yourself, will you?
Oh, go see Wiggloff, see what our name's gonna be. Alright. Wiggloff is a hilarious name. Sounds like wiggle off. Which means two things. Oh, let's see here. Puss in Boots, yeah. Goro mentioned something about picking a name.
You really surprised a lot of people out there, Pit Dog. You fought well, or at least well
You are
enough.
calling this one a dog? I am obviously a
Pit
cat.
Dogs don't make it through a Redone match, but you might be special. Got an eye for that sort of thing. Time will tell. So, yes, what do we call you?
He's not Dragonborn. Silent Arrow doesn't make any sense. Deathcaster, Shadowbane, Skulk. Ooh, Lionmane. I think it's got to be Lionmane. That's the only one that really makes sense. Dog, where?
Very well, Pit Dog. Now be known as Lionmane.
Lionmane!
Prepare yourself, and let me know when you're ready to fight.
You actually hiss at stuff? I just kind of grumble under my breath. Alright, let's fight.
Your next Myrmidon is a local Nord named Vald. I wouldn't get too close to him if I were you.
Vald.
Just take my word on that, is all I can say. Follow me.
Isn't there already an NPC named Vald? This isn't the same guy, is it?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fight Cave.
I think I'm thinking Valder with the lucky dagger outside of the Spriggan Den.
For this battle, one of your favorite sons is back home and ready to draw blood. Please welcome to the pit your favorite Nord warrior, Vald the Impaler!
Just leave it on the floor. Out of spite.
fresh from their first victory in the pit, please welcome your newest challenger, Lion Mane!
Lion Mane's a crowd pleaser, huh?
Let's find out who will be victorious! Let the match begin!
Ugh. That was too easy. Yeah, Let's fiddle with Wildcat after this. Just try to tone down our damage a little bit. I know arguing with inanimate objects is silly, but I feel better for it. Yeah. It's a psychological thing, right?
Stick around. We will have more matches later on.
Lion Mane. Nothing good there. Okay, we're going to get our pay, and then before we start up another fight, I'll go ahead and shave off some damage output here. Yeah, it's not supposed to be this easy. It's just Jagasta is that powerful. Really, it's because of unarmed combat in Ordinator is probably overpowered.
Of course,
Not completely balanced well.
Well done.
Of course, it's probably also balanced against not having access to block and a bash, or dodging either. So you're not supposed to really have any kind of defensive options other than your light armor rating. So it makes more sense in that regard, being that in that situation, offense is going to be your best defense. But with the mods that I'm running that allow me to block and dodge, it just, we don't need that much damage, right? So yeah, it's not supposed to be this easy. It never has been this easy for me in the 2 or 3 times I've played this, played through this mod before. It's just with this setup, it's just a little overpowered. So I think what we're gonna do is head into Wildcat, see what we can do. We're gonna let Wildcat manage difficulty. And I think we're just gonna see how that does it for us for right now. We're already doing 0.5 damage dealt. And damage taken is multiplied by 3.5. So let's just, I don't know what vanilla levels do. I think it's something close to that. Who knows, maybe you'll see me hiss. Thinking when I finally get my computer, I'm gonna do face cam with vids. Yeah, I've been thinking about putting a camera up too. Just haven't gotten around to it. It's also kind of an investment because I'm on a PC, not a laptop. I'm on a desktop, and I would have to buy an external camera in order to get that to work. And I don't know if I want to spend the money on that. I usually just use it to hang out with, you know, a few people at a time here. I rarely have any more than like 12 concurrent viewers at once, so not really a huge thing, but it might be fun to learn how to do. And I'm running the RTX broadcast now, so I can have some fun with like backgrounds and stuff without having to do like a green screen. The facial recognition on it is really good, so it can pick out where your face is and replace everything else with like a fun background or something. Okay, so now we have Wildcat damage, or Wildcat difficulty enabled. We're gonna see if that affects it at all, or if that's just pretty much the same as vanilla. If it's the same, I can shave off some even some more damage output.
Anyways, you've defeated 2 Myrmidons, and that earns you a new rank. So, you are no longer a pit dog, and I award you the rank of Myrmidon. All Myrmidon challengers fight warrior-level opponents. And you've drawn a very crafty and unpredictable spellcaster named Unarmed. Follow me to the pit.
Unarmed, eh? Just make double sure that I'm still on legendary difficulty here too. I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, take your places for our next match. From the red team, please welcome your Altmer warrior, Unarmed the Unbeaten.
Oh, nobody likes Unarmed, huh? Everybody's all about that lion mane.
And from the blue team, fresh off 2 victories, our newest Myrmidon, Lion Mane! Destroy the challenger team! Our fighters are ready to do battle! Let the match begin!
Oh. Starting it off with a summon, huh? Oh, that hurts. Hung up on terrain there. That's not good. Okay, that was a little harder. I don't know if that had to do with just the fact that it was a magic user.
So there we have it.
Or if Wildcat settings actually did weaken
For our Myrmidon!
our damage output a little bit. Could be. That was more like it, actually. One more shot there, I probably would have died. So we'll hang with this difficulty setting for a little bit. Ah, okay. So catching you right around dinner time, huh? Yeah, as far as seeing my reactions to stuff, I tend to be pretty stoic, I would say. So, I don't know. I tend not to get too animated in the most extreme of situations, I would say. So, I don't know how entertaining it would be to see my face, although, you know, I'm a damn good-looking man, I would say. I'm kidding. Okay. So I'm here for my earnings. I saw earrings there.
Of course, 300 gold for a warrior match. Well done.
Oh, you tend to get into the character, huh? That would definitely be more entertaining. Okay, we're just gonna tear through the entire fight card in one afternoon, it looks like, huh? It's not even 4 o'clock yet. Let's keep it moving. Oh, the wind showed up. Hey, how's it going? The wind's never animated? I am ready to fight.
You certainly handled that elf.
Oh, I forgot to do a
Seasoned
quick save
warrior.
before this.
I hereby
Should be alright.
advance you in rank to Brawler class. For this fight, one of our gladiators has arrived from Cyrodiil just in time to face you. His name is Brutus, and he is
At least not before coffee, right?
So watch yourself. Follow me.
Oh, that would be fun, Loki.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back! For this match, let's hear a round of applause for your gladiator, Brutus!
Brutus. So am I Popeye in this? Oh no, that's Bluto, not Brutus.
And for your challenger, our newest warrior!
Brutus was Caesar's friend who stabbed him, right? Et tu, Brute?
Fighters, take your positions and let the match begin!
Whoa, okay, this guy's a little tougher. Judo throw. So with the different perks, the blocking perks and things like that, if I can get a time to block,
Victories continue!
I'm also running Divine Armor, I think, from Forgotten Magic, which has some timed blocking perks as well.
Stick around!
If I can land the timed block, I pretty much take no damage and put the opponent in stagger. That makes two-handed warriors very easy to deal with because of the attack speed on those two-handed weapons. They're just so slow. It's pretty easy to time a good parry there. But without that, that fight probably would have been much harder. And that took, I don't know, 3 shots from Jagasta? So I'm still not sure if my difficulty needs tweaking. I am inclined to just go with the way that I have it for the time being. Could probably be a little easier on the accelerator as far as damage output, but right now we are already doing half of what the game wants us to, so we'll stick with that for a little bit. What sort of name is Bluto? Yeah, it's a, well, I mean, what sort of name is Popeye at the same time, right? Or olive oil?
Of course, 350 gold for a gladiator match. Well done.
Wimpy. It's a dwarf planet. Okay, I don't remember how many more fights I gotta go through before we can get our damn wood for Helgen, but gotta be at least halfway there, right? Alright, I gotta take this hoodie off, I'm sweating. Okay, I'm back. Oh, you said I can hardly see my keys anymore because the keys are worn? I thought you said I can hardly see my legs anymore because I took my glasses off to get my hoodie off. I was like, your legs have worn away so bad that you can't even see them?
You defeated one of our most accomplished fighters, Brawler. Well done. Beating a gladiator gains you the new rank of warrior, which means you're fighting one of our heroes. He is a Breton with skills in magic and the blade, so he's liable to throw anything at you.
Okay, another magic user. This one might be a little tougher. I am running the block perk that I think chops spells in half. Spell damage in half? Oh no. I can completely mitigate incoming fire, frost, and shock spells and effects, reducing their damage to 0. So hopefully he throws an elemental spell at me. I can block it if I can get a timed block on it, but if he's throwing shock spells at me, those tend to hit a lot faster. It's harder to block. You have to, or harder to time. You have to be preemptive about it.
Gentlemen, take your places for our next match.
Dinosaur socks. I want dinosaur socks. What kind of dinosaurs?
From the red team, please welcome our hero from High Rock, Tyrannus!
Speaking of dinosaurs.
From the blue team, fresh from a mauling defeat of Brutus, welcome back, Lion Mane! Fighters, take your positions! And let
I'd
the
consider
match
growing an actual
begin.
lion's mane. I feel like I'm capable of it. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, maybe I need to tone down my damage a little bit. Yeah, I was gonna say I've been considering growing an actual lion's mane. Oh, it doesn't want me to loot the ebony armor, I guess, huh? But then I realized it's just kind of the ultimate
Once
neck beard.
again, victorious!
That wouldn't be great.
Let's hear
Be
it
not a good look.
for the blue team!
Bronto, Triceratops, T-Rex, and many. Oh, so like not just one kind of dinosaur,
We
but a
have
lot.
more matches
Nice.
coming up.
Challenger looks scared. Does he look scared? Let me see. He doesn't look scared. He looks calm. You had hair that was like a lion's mane? How'd you pull that off? Oh, I just never got it cut.
Of course. for
Yeah,
the gold
when I let my
hero
hair go,
match.
it
Well
doesn't
done.
look like a lion's mane. It just it looks like a mop. And with how thin it is on top, because you know I'm a 40-year-old male and that happens. Yeah, the long hair with the with the scalp on top is not a good look. I can promise you. Jocasta wins. Fatality. Hey, Haster's here. How you doing, Haster? Hastur? Alright,
Roller,
bring me another.
you've really impressed everyone, including our current grand champion. He has requested a match with you, so we are going to forego the customary procedure and let you fight. And I hereby promote you to Gladiator.
Or
Make no
Galdiator,
mistake,
as it was written.
This Khajiit is champion for a reason. He is one tough opponent. I hope you're ready for this. Follow me.
Oh yeah, the shaved back and sides. So yeah, I know how you're saying. I used to do that when I was younger. I don't have the top hair to be able to do that anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Unfortunately.
we have something special for you for our last match.
Oh yeah, let's booger around with the difficulty a little bit here. So we're already doing half damage, which is still just putting out a massive amount of damage for us. Wow, okay, so we can't really cut it down more. We can do half of what we're doing. We'll see how that works out for us.
Our grand champion has returned.
Yeah, my family has pretty good genes as far as hair goes too, but I haven't really met my dad's side of the family to see like the biological paternal side. I'm guessing I inherited their hair and not the hair from my mom's side, because everybody has a good set of hair over there.
Welcome back.
Even like my grandpa and uncles and stuff, they had quite the mop. Me, not so much.
Fighters, take your positions and let the match begin!
Okay, that's a little more reasonable, I suppose. It prolongs the fights farther, but now I'm doing like no damage. And healing. What a weenie. Oh, out of stamina. Okay, this is a lot more challenging. Block's not working. Or, block is working fine. It's the dodge that wasn't working. Okay, I need to recharge some stamina here. Wonder if this will help. No, not so much. Also draining my mana from me too. I wonder what's going on there. Run away! Oops. Hit the power button there on accident. Get rid of that stupid dog. Okay, so yeah, damage is fine. Okay, I want to try that one more time at the current settings, but having the stamina, having the damage output there was quite the
Brawler, you have really impressed.
quite the downgrade. Unfortunately, there is no step in between 0.25 and 0.5.
So they're going to forego the customary procedure and let you fight. And I hereby promote you to Gladiator.
I had him on the ropes a few times, but he always seems to heal himself.
He is one tough opponent. I hope you're ready for this. Follow me.
I know, I was kind of waiting for him to run out of healing potions. Also, he was draining my mana pools a lot too.
Gentlemen, we have something special for you for our last match.
Also won, yeah.
Our grand champion has returned to Skyrim. Please welcome back to the pit, Subra!
You guys ready for some more hot puss-on-puss action? I didn't realize he was a Khajiit.
The blue team, please welcome back Lion Mane!
Draining you? Yeah.
Take your positions and let the match begin!
We're mindful of our stamina here. Let that... Oh, he's slivering. Oh, there's some weird terrain anomaly going on there. Could be the injury system. Yeah, I thought I had healed that. Maybe I did. Let's try that again.
You have really impressed
Take 3.
everyone, including our current grand champion. He has and I make no mistake, this Khajiit is champion for a reason. He is one tough opponent. I hope you're ready for this. Follow me.
I'm determined to beat this guy now. I can tell I'm going to be stubborn about this until I beat him at this level. I hope so, Haster.
We have something special.
Really funky terrain stuff going on right here. Maybe that was over here. No. Now I can walk right through it, no problem.
To Skyrim.
Got hung up on it last time. That was part of the reason I got destroyed, I think.
And our challenger from the blue team. Please welcome back Lion Mage.
Lion Mage.
Fighters, take your positions and let the match begin!
Okay. Just gotta keep him stun locked, I guess. Don't let him cast his summon. Don't let him take a potion. And that's all you gotta do, I guess. Okay, so the difficulty level I think is about right. That was as challenging as I think as it was supposed to be. We don't get his armor either. I'm running CACO, so it's not grand healing, it's Consummate Potion of Health is the one that completely restores everything. Hello, Caladran. How are you?
Stick around. We will have
Did you have a good New Year?
matches later on.
Okay, get our money for that. They really underpay their fighters here. That was tough.
Of course, 500 gold for defeating a champion. I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see it with my own eyes. Well done.
Oh, right, for random loot, though. But if somebody is wearing Daedric armor, you can usually loot it off of them when you kill them, right? Unless it's like a Dremora or something like that, you usually can't get it off of them. I think it's just programmed, the way that the mod is programmed, not to let that armor be lootable. Same with the ebony armor on the guy before him.
But I'd say oneself comes awfully close.
New Year was meant. Yeah, I think that was kind of the case for a lot of us this year. Can't really go out and do anything. At least it's a symbolic end to 2020. Okay, so let's head back to Reinhardt here. See if he's got money to get back on his feet and reestablish the lumber supply line back to Helgen, which was the reason why we were doing all this in the whole, in the first place, I suppose. And let's see, he is out here on the outskirts.
I don't like it here. There's too many bugs.
Yes, this one does not like bugs either, especially fleas. They get stuck in my fur. Ugh. I hope not, Loki. I hope not. Oh, here he is, cooking some soup. Okay, I won your damn fights for you.
Boy, did you ever? We haven't had a challenger that exciting, since, I can't remember when.
This guy sounds like an extra from Game of Thrones or something. Oops. Are we getting some buffering here? I'm getting some warnings on my streaming window. I'm not seeing any buffering, just a quality drop. Anyway, don't get too excited. You said you were finished with that place, remember?
Yes, of course I am. But I'm sure you can see how addictive it can become, can't you?
Not really. But please don't make me come back to see you. If the supply runs out to Helgen, we need our lumber. It's really important. People's lives are at stake here, so please stay away from the fight cave, yeah?
My, you do have a short temper, don't you? Why so angry?
Had some buffering and quality drop. Okay, let me know if it keeps up. I can take another look at it. I don't like getting swindled like this, you know.
Well, you'll get your lumber soon enough. Please tell Mr. Janus I will have a shipment out for him tomorrow. No one is getting swindled by me.
Mm-hmm. And what about the discount you promised?
Oh yes, that. How about the first 2 shipments are free of charge, and I can take off, say, 10% for the rest. Here is a new contract for Mr. Janus. Please give him my warmest regards, will you?
Okay. That's a pretty good discount. I appreciate it. Now, you got some work to do, I think, right?
You're right. Goodbye.
Okay. So now we have to head to Helgen, TM. Yeah, my quality still hasn't recovered over here, at least on the stream that I have up. But we'll give it a minute. Alright, back to Helgen, which means I gotta come out to the main road here, take a left, and we'll follow that all the way up to Marcus. And I guess maybe we should talk to Patsy too, just to get that map marker off our screen. Looks like quality has come back on my end too, so it was just a blip. Nothing to be worried about, I think. You guys keeping up? I was having issues with Zora earlier not running. She was just like walking everywhere, but that seems to have been fixed. Seems to have sorted itself out. Ooh. Sounded like I just equipped something. This way? Yes. Also sounds like a mage battle going on somewhere.
Death is the only way out of your misery.
It's like a Thalmor envoy fighting these bandits up here.
I am your master.
That didn't last long. Okay. The justiciars are not to be trifled with, I guess. Whoa, okay. Those are rocks. Hair trigger on those traps. Yeah, Loki, I enjoyed watching your streams. When you were able to do that.
Good team.
Watched you play some Assassin's Creed, I think. Don't know if I watched you play anything else, but it was fun to watch you play some AC games. So is that 2 deaths or 3 deaths that we had? Just the 2, huh? Third time was a charm, as Haster said. I'll take it. Especially now that, you know, I'm only doing, what, 0.25% damage to everything? I'll take that. Oh, this came back to 0.5% somehow. I don't know how that happened. Let's play with 0.25 for a while. I don't know how that got reset. Is it bugged? I mean, you guys watched me set that, right? Seems to be sticking now. Okay. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I saved before I actually made the change. So maybe I was fighting that the Grand Champion there at 0.5%. And it was still that tough. Probably means for higher level enemies that 0.5 damage multiplier is suitable. Is this Helgen, or did I take a wrong turn? No, that's Helgen. Okay. So the lighting is different. I don't know if I've seen it at sunset like this before. All the games listed, huh? Oh, looks like we got some wood here for some gates. Joto and his dog Bisha. Glad to see they're doing well. Let's see, where is Patsy first of all? It's like both Patsy and Janice are in the main keep here. Oh, that's awesome. I mean, I'm sure you also don't want to be a too much of a burden on your mom, but that's awesome that she's willing
Did
to
I
help
ever
you
tell
out like
what
that.
my name means in the old Mary? That's because I have no idea.
Who's got your back? I do.
So you said you have your list of games that you want to stream, Loki. So what? So Assassin's Creed, I'm sure. Which Assassin's Creed games? I know you like AC3 a lot. Unity, maybe?
You know, I'm Well, 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 look who stopped by. The town's coming along nicely, thanks to you, friend.
Yeah, got things all settled with Reinhardt, and we got a discount.
What? New contracts? Discounts, you say? What happened?
It was a really long story.
Maybe so. But I'll bet it will make for quite a tale to tell your grandchildren around a campfire someday. Ah, how I envy you. If only I were but a younger man. Forgive my mindless ramblings of younger days. It's just an old
Everything
soul's
but Odyssey. Favorite AC is Rogue and AC1. I haven't played either. Honestly, the Odyssey is the only one that I have played.
Savings.
That probably helps me enjoy it more since I don't really have much of a background
Now
on
we can
them.
get that old inn finished and start on the rest of the town.
And AC3. Well, I would be happy to watch you play. Would you stream Skyrim, you think?
No, you've worked yourself out of a job with me. And again, thank you. But I believe Valerius has more information for you. Please see him at your earliest convenience.
Okay, so we need to talk to Valerius, and I really want to get this map marker off my compass for talking to Patsy about the taxidermy stuff. So let's see if we can find him. Okay, he's deeper down in the dungeon here. I mean, if I were these guys, I wouldn't be spending so much time down here in the dungeons of the keep. It's not great. Although it looks like they got rid of some of the jails and turned them into beds. That's good. And yet Patsy wants to hang out in a jail cell. A jail cell.
Oh, hello. Is there something that you need?
Well, I need to know why you're hanging out down here, first of all. But Marcus said something about you doing taxidermy.
Aye, I can mount many of the creatures and animals here in Skyrim if you bring me the materials I need. Take this book. It'll explain everything and tell you what I need.
Okay, thanks. I will.
Good day.
Okay, that should get him off of my journal here. Excellent. Excellent. Now we saw Val upstairs, right at the entrance, I think, so we'll go find him and see what the next steps are. It's also getting a little late, probably time to turn in for the evening. I think we have an enchanting table now in our new Helgen player home, so go check that out too. Disenchant everything that we haven't learned so far. Get some food, some rest, and we'll see what's next on the agenda.
Never been a religious man myself. People should be able to worship as they please, or not at all if they choose to.
So I hear you're looking for me.
Yes, I wanted to be absolutely certain before I spoke with you, but it's been confirmed by my sources. There is indeed a slavery network in operation here in Skyrim, and all clues point to my old nemesis Arundel as its chief operator.
Arundel.
Capturing citizens, whole families, and even their children, selling them as slaves. I'm afraid only the gods know what's happening to these poor souls after that.
Okay, what can this one do to help?
Arundel has certainly covered his tracks well, so we have very little, if anything, to go on. All we know is that he specifically...
You gotta do that right here, right now, Zora?
And to be assigned as overseer of all prison operations
Jeez,
in
needy.
Skyrim.
Pay attention to anybody else, she's gotta get like right up in my face.
Be that as it may, fortunately one of their guards had loose lips. At
Skyrim
precisely
Hitman,
the
ooh, I
right
want to play Hitman too.
And you may
Alien
remember
Isolation I
Cole's
did just
saying
play,
he
it was
spoke of his
amazing.
relationship
It was the
with
best
someone
game that I have not played.
Tallmass Tavern.
It's an older game too, but the graphics are
But maybe she can
absolutely
provide us with
stunning.
something else to investigate. Can you see what you can find out?
Long Dark. Haven't really seen much of that. Fallout 4, of course. I might actually stream some Fallout 4 one of these days too. Fallout New Vegas. Star Wars, Fallen Order, Thief. That's another one I want to get into. Tall Mass Tavern, you say?
Here, I'll mark it on your map.
Sounds suggestive. Alright, so Jagasta is going to go to a brothel, it sounds like. Let's see, what else? Kingdom Come Deliverance, that one is also on my list. I don't know if I'll stream it at all, but I definitely want to play it. Enderall, also on my list. Fable, that one's not on my list, but maybe it should be. LIS, I don't know what LIS is.
It's just that I never really knew how.
Witcher 1, 2, and 3. I played 1 and 2 and enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to Witcher 3. On my list as well. Vampire is also on my list. Jedi Knight Academy, I think I played that a little bit while I was in college. And Outlast I haven't played, but that's not really on my list either. Seem like all good games though. I would enjoy watching you play, I think. Okay, what do we have? We have workers are all gathered around the fire, which is good. So we have to do some undercover work at the Tall Mast Tavern. See if we can glean some information about Arendelle and what he's been up to. For now, let's head to the private tower, see if we can disenchant anything. We'll eat, we'll drink, we'll study some spells. And we'll get some sleep. Oh, hello, William. Good to see you. Yeah, I haven't played a Fable game at all. I've heard good things about them. My backlog is very long, though. And there are a lot of games on Loki's list there that I need to get to. Yeah, I was going to ask about Valhalla too. I think Loki, I saw that you downloaded it, but I'm not sure how well it played. Or you didn't have space on your Xbox, maybe. Yeah, we have some stuff that we can disenchant there. Excellent. Okay, where is the bedroom here? Weapon racks everywhere. But not a bed to be found. Horizon Zero Dawn is a good one too, having good... Oh, you started Horizon, William? I played that on PS4. It's on my wish list on Steam. When it goes on sale, I might grab it just because I want to see it in better graphics on my PC. It looked good on PS4 for, you know, how underpowered that machine is. Ooh, what time is it? It looks like I missed my window on... Or maybe I didn't. Let's head up. I don't like Azura as a worshipper. It's just too hard to catch that window for meditation. Okay, we did barely make it on the 7 o'clock hour there, so there we go. Honestly, it might have come in handy during that last arena fight, because the devotee power that you get for having Azura as your deity, it paralyzes them and takes them down to 1 in health. And it only costs 10 favor to do that. But they have to be below 44% health, and with Jagasta's damage output recently, if they were below 44 health, they were as good as dead anyway. But during that last arena fight, that might have been very handy if I would have remembered to use it. That's the other thing, is I just forget to use it. So I think it might be in order to head to Mount Anthor at some point and take on the Riddle Thar. I play all on PC with an Xbox 360. Yeah, I'm using an Xbox One controller, but yeah, nice to have some fellow controller players in the chat. Let's see. Finally had to replace my ancient one I had since the 360 so many years back. Yeah, I started getting stick drift on my 360s, and it was really hard to find a wired 360 controller new, so I just upgraded to an Xbox One, and which is why I have to replace batteries all the time during my stream now. I still do need to get the wired attachment, the charger for that. I think it's like $15. I can have it shipped via Amazon. Maybe I'll do that after the stream. Yeah, Loki. Horizon Zero Dawn is a really good one. When you get your new PC, you might want to try it. It's mechanically, gameplay wise, Horizon is pretty much identical to an Assassin's Creed game. So I think you'd be very comfortable with it. The one big thing is that you can't really climb on everything. There are like designated places where you can climb. But other than that, the skill trees, the combat and everything is pretty much identical to an Assassin's Creed game. Weapons are a little bit different, but combat is very similar. And stealth as well. Okay, let's see here. Do we have anything to study? I don't think I have any enchanted stuff. Nah, nothing there. So let's go ahead and start studying. Oh, let's see what spells we need. I think destruction, most likely, is the one we need more than anything. Restoration's very close to a level up too, though. May as well grab that. Yeah, you can play that way, or you can do archery, but there is a heavy stealth component to the game. I chose to go the archery route last time I played. So a lot of dodging and shooting. But yeah, you can play as a stabby assassin as well. Yeah, you don't really have... well, you have spears instead of the little hidden blade. But with the newer Assassin's Creed games and stuff, you have all kinds of weapon types. But even like the menu systems and stuff is pretty much identical to Assassin's Creed. And even like the... I don't even know what they call them in Assassin's Creed, but the big like monoliths that you get to, those kind of exist in Horizon Zero Dawn as well to unlock sort of more story tidbits. All right, so let's get our restoration up on this. Looking good. Where are you guys going? They're like, oh, he's about to study his spells. Boring. Okay, begin research. Is it an Ubisoft game? I didn't think they published it. I thought it was the people who, well, the developers anyway, is the people who did Killzone, I believe. It plays like an Ubisoft game, for sure. Yeah, not technically Ubisoft. It's published by Sony. It's a first-party game, but the developer is the Killzone people. But yeah, it does play exactly like an Ubi game. Yeah, I just looked at the package on the PS4, William, conclusively. But I can see why you would think that it's an Ubisoft game, because it is. It plays exactly like Assassin's Creed and... Watch Dogs. To a lesser extent, I suppose. Too much AC recently? We'll go for 3 hours. In Valhalla, there is a perk system, and you can build Ivor the way you want. Yep. That's kind of the way Odyssey went too. There's more gameplay variety than just being an assassin. That's how Horizon Zero Dawn is as well. There are 3 or 4 main skill trees, and you can choose to play as an archer, sort of like an assassin, or a straight-up warrior. And they're all kind of equally effective, I would say. Okay, so what time we got now? 11:18. Let's stop researching. We'll get some food, some drink, and some rest. I need to get back into the Vikings show. I stopped watching somewhere around the 3rd season, I think. I need to get back into it. Okay, so let's make sure we hit our window here. We need to be up at 5 o'clock to catch Azura. So we're at 12, 1, 2, 3, 5. Cobra Kai Season 3 actually released early. It was supposed to come out on the 7th, and it ended up coming out on the 1st. So I was watching that a little bit last night. I think I'm on episode 3 or something like that. I love Cobra Kai. As you can tell from my Kung Fu Kitty here. Love martial arts.
I often tell people I'm suffering from brain rot. That way they think I'm twice as smart as I actually am.
Nice tactic there, Rumarin. Actually paused for a while because I found out I was watching Season 5 in the wrong order. Now I'm doing it properly. Okay. Are you watching on Amazon, or are you watching on a DVD / Blu-ray there, William? Oh, I never ate or drank anything. Just went to bed hungry. Okay. But it looks like we are rested, not mentally fatigued at all. So let's eat and drink. We'll be on our way. Apple pie and some cheese for breakfast. Sounds pretty good. Some sugar. There we go. All right, well hydrated. All right, so where are we going now? I don't know. Tall Mast Tavern. Up here near Morthal. We haven't been to Morthal yet, have we? Okay, interesting. See what you can find out at the Tall Mast Tavern. Help Valerius with information he needs. I have given the new contract to Marcus. He mentioned Valerius needs to see me, so I should check in with him when he can. Okay, so Arundel, I think, is like Valerius's arch nemesis in the Thalmor, and apparently he frequents this Tall Mast Tavern. So we can go help out with that, I think. So I think the plan is here. We're going to head up to Whiterun, and we'll take the carriage to Morthal. Kind of get our bearings in Morthal, and then we'll head over to the tavern here and see what we can find out. Yeah, okay. Get them on DVD. Not Blu-ray. It's really dark. There we go. Tynan. I don't know who Tynan is. Key to Nepos' house. So this was back in Markarth. Wow. The ritual does remember. That was a long time ago. That was a really long time ago. That was early on in this series, and I am at 78, really 79 hours on this playthrough alone, so they reached deep back into the bag of corpses there for that one. Okay, Let's see, we need to head north, I think. That's south, west. Let's take a quick look and see how they're progressing. It looks like they got a lot of the rubble cleared out. We got some new gate doors that they're working on. Okay, we have some what you call them here? Building platforms. There's a word for them that I'm completely forgetting for some reason. They're the things that like window washers and painters build to get up the side of buildings when they don't have a crane hanging over the side of them. Jeez. I hate it when I lose words like that. Blu-ray definitely if you can. That's the way to go, yeah. I was with you, William, but lately, especially with like the pandemic and stuff going on, I used to go and look for Blu-rays physically, like at Best Buy or whatever big box store or anything that I could find. But now I just don't want to really be out and about all that much. So it's been super convenient just to stream movies, rent them on demand. Through like Roku and Amazon Prime, Netflix, and all that good stuff. But I do appreciate the old school disc watching. I have a bit of a collection myself that I still go through every now and then and watch something on disc. I guess if you wanted to be really old-fashioned about it, you could pop in the VHS. Okay, still clearing out rubble. Doing a good job, though. It's slow, hard work, but they're doing good work. Scaffolding. That's the name. Thank you. That's the word that I couldn't find for some reason. Alright, we need to get our steak. We don't need the compass. We can find our way. Setting up several VCRs with tapes forwarded to certain spots, then pressing play when the first ends. Having them pre-queued to the spicy part that you want to see. Hitting that pause button right at the right time. Can't play Blu-rays. Yeah, see, I just have a DVR for doing the recording. Just whatever the cable company provides. And that works fine for me. Channel 19 at 3 a.m. Yep. Kind of like streaming. Yeah, that was the old school streaming. I have fond memories of, you know, renting a tape from Blockbuster, only to have it not be rewound. So it's like you're all geared up to watch this awesome new movie that came out. And now you gotta wait a good 20 minutes for it to rewind fully to the beginning. Plus all the wear and tear that it puts on your VCR. Oops. I never, And Zora shot me. I would see that, I would notice that Justiciar bow anywhere. And she's not using the bow that I gave her. I think I have her with the Nordic Scrimshaw bow, which is a fancy bow, and she's just not using it.
Alright, let's trade.
Ah, the tape head cleaners. I remember that. And there's also the lens cleaners for the DVD and Blu-ray players too. Or maybe I had her using the spring steel bow. Does 15? This one does 15. I thought I had her using the Nordic Scrimshaw bow. Maybe I had somebody else using that one. But this one works for her. And once she starts using it more, it'll level up through the gear mod that I'm using. Oh, let's get some eyeballs out of here if I can. Oops, did not mean to do that. Wolf carcass. Eyeballs and livers, we'll take them. Might be able to make a nice salve or something with them. Where's my stick? VCRs are like expensive these days. I looked into getting one because we have some old stuff on VHS that I want to convert to digital. So I was looking for kind of like an all-in-one USB thing that would hook up to my computer and I could just, you know, play on the VCR and transfer it directly to the PC. But that stuff is like really expensive. So then I started looking around at just getting a VCR, a good quality one with like a capture card or a capture device, USB capture device. And that stuff is like really expensive. You would think it would be like dirt cheap with how much technology has moved on, but it's hard to get a good VCR for under $100, it looks like.
Sometimes I wonder if using a one-handed weapon would be more suitable for my frame. But it really doesn't suit my personality.
Strictly educational films, yes, The Wind. That's the only thing I watch, that's for sure. We used to rent vids every weekend. Yeah, my family did too. It was great fun. We didn't go to the theater much. I did once I, you know, got my own job and my own car and stuff. I went to the theater a lot with friends once I had the freedom to do so. But as a child, yeah, my parents didn't like to go out, so they would go to... we actually rarely went to Blockbuster. We would always go to like some mom and pop video rental store, like in the neighborhood. And they came and went over the years. But yeah, it was always an event when a new movie came out. We would be able to get there first day, pick it up, and finally be able to see this movie that we've been wanting to see for so long because of, you know, the longer theatrical lifespans back in the day. These days, movies are in the theater for like a week before they move on to something else. If you can even get into a theater anymore. So yeah, it was a pretty big event whenever we would get some movies for the weekend. I had a TV with a VCR built in. Yeah, those things were super convenient. But the thing is, if your VCR died on the TV, then you just, you know, have a dead VCR hooked up to your TV that you can't get rid of or fix. So I always went with the modular ones, personally. Nostalgia 6, so people charge. Yeah, because they know you'll pay it. Could be. There's still plenty of new ones, like sealed in the box and the package and stuff too. There's no supply shortage. It's just could be a nostalgia thing, I guess. And I guess they think that yeah, you'll still pay a premium just to be able to watch all your old library of VHS tapes, I guess. Thought it was the wrong film because it started playing trailers from other films. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The trailers were part of the experience, in my opinion. I love sitting through the trailers and seeing what else looked good. Okay, so the only reason we're here is to take the carriage ride to Morthal, I think. Biggest collection is the original Disney and Friends on CHS. The real original Disney, not the new crap. And yeah, I imagine that now people would hate it. A few years back, sadly, I had it for so long as well since I was a kid. My Lion King movie is white now because I watched it twice a day every day as a kid. And the trailers are part of it, yeah. So the Disney collection is actually pretty impressive because they didn't have permanent printings of those. It was always a limited edition release in those big plastic containers.
Climbing back and we'll be off.
And they would do an original run, and it would take them forever to do another printing of it. So a lot of those Disney VHSs are really rare. So hang on to those.
Get up there.
Okay, back in Morthal. What do we got going on here?
What's the Jarl going to do about it?
How are we supposed to feel safe in our own homes?
Please, enough already.
Good idea, Loki.
I have told Ygritte of your concerns. She'll look after you all. Please, go about your business.
We've no need for wizards in our midst.
Morthal has enough problems as it is.
It's no use. Let's get back to it then.
Yeah, you know, they did that with the Star Wars stuff, too. When they released Star Wars on Blu-ray, I think, they had the digitally remastered ones with, like, the new computer-generated effects and stuff that... that weren't as good as the practical, like, puppetry and stuff. That pissed a lot of people off. And also the whole Han shot first saga was changed. And even though they had room on the discs to put those original versions in, it's like, I think Lucas was the one who refused to release the original versions. Because they didn't go along with his original vision, I guess. I still don't know to this day if you can even get a hold of a new printing of the original versions of those Star Wars movies. Don't know if they even offer them. Kind of sad, actually, because in a lot of ways they were a lot better, superior to the newer versions. Had to get rid of my last VHS player because the heads went on it. Yeah, and they're really not worth it to even repair. I don't know if you can... Well, I'm sure you can find somebody to repair it for you, but the cost of it would be not worth it compared to what you can get a new one for, even if the new ones are more expensive than they should be. I think Nexus itself is having download issues. Several normal mods I've always downloaded have been failing when they get to their end. Eesh. That sounds like a pain. It's enough work and it takes enough time and effort to remod Skyrim as it is that, you know, having to deal with issues from,
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard.
issues just even getting the mods is such a pain.
Might consider joining up myself.
Okay, let's see what else. You can get the originals, but that's why I don't watch the DVD version, only my originals. Yeah, good call. You can, but not in a lawful way. Well, I mean, if you bought a used copy of the old VHS originals, I think that's lawful, probably depending on where you live. But I think it's lawful here. You just can't, you know, download it on a file sharing site or something illegally. Well, you can, but it wouldn't be legal, obviously. Okay, so there's probably all kinds of fun stuff to do here in Morthal, but I would kind of like to get to the bottom of this tall mast nonsense.
Have you seen my mother? I'm still waiting for her to come home.
There's all kinds of stuff here that Jagasta would love to help out with, but it's still early in the morning. We don't need to stop for lunch or anything. Let's just head straight for the tall mast. Oh my. Napster 2.0. Oh yeah, I remember BearShare and LimeWire back in the day. Never really was a Napster guy. All kinds of shady business going on those file sharing sites. Probably a spider. Yep, there he is.
Take that, bastard.
Stronger with each fight. At least I like to think.
Let's double check my damage output here through Wildcat and just make sure that our settings didn't get unstuck, because one block bash there took him out. Which isn't necessarily wrong, I just want to make sure that we're still good there. Yeah, 0.25. So we're doing a quarter of the damage we normally would be. Hello there, Simpa. Welcome aboard, friend. Okay, let me get caught up on chat here. William is going to be back soon. He's going to get food. Happy dining to you. Might have been my compass issue last night, a bad download. Yeah, something could have been corrupted in the package there. Spent days modding Skyrim, played for only a few minutes because you're sick of it. Never heard of it being unlawful. Yeah, it just depends on how you obtain it. If you buy an original copy, I don't think it's unlawful. You should be safe there. Napster 2.0. Copyrights and other legal restrictions, long story. Yeah, if you're buying a copy that somebody made of a movie, then yeah, that's probably illegal. There are different laws in different countries, and even from state to state or province to province in certain countries, but yeah, for the most part, you're not allowed to copy something and resell it or share it without the express permission of the original copyright holder. The Wind calls Napster 2.0 virus to... Yeah, I mean, you had to have a strong antivirus in order to do those file sharing things, and even then, something would inevitably make its way through. No contest. Yeah, I gave up on those things pretty early on. Mostly what I liked were like mashups like what Loki does of, you know, the different anime that I was into at the time. Or different movies that I was into, and they would set it to like some song that I liked. Excuse me. Hope I didn't blow out anybody's eardrums with that. And that stuff is you know, legal for the most part. All right, here's our tall mast cavern, I think. Over 20 years already, damn.
As a child, Otero and I would pass time on the road by playing Withershins.
Simba shows up.
A fine day to you, he'd say. Then I'd reply, better than the last. Can't say the others appreciated it, though. Dare I say they were rather annoyed. Especially so.
Alright, Romarin. So let's see. Simba showed up. Mandatory CP joke out of the way. Dude, stop running. Call your car. Cyberpunk. Yeah, you know, I still want to do some test streams on Cyberpunk to see if my CPU can handle it. I would like to share what I'm doing in that game. It's pretty fun. Loki needs some coffee. Okay, get caffeinated. And thank you for the blessings on my sneeze. Been having some allergy issues lately. Not great. Ooh, some sexy outfits here. I see why they call it the Tall Mast Cavern, eh? Hello. Wow, okay, eyes up. I'm looking for a high elf named Arendelle. Do you know him?
Well, handsome, I only provide one kind of service here. And information, ain't it? Besides, I never kiss and tell. What you see is what you get with me, sugar. So, if you're not interested in my company, I suggest you go to the bar and leave me be.
Yeah, I would kind of like to hear your take on that too, Loki. I know that they do sexually objectify people in that game. But they do it with everybody, not just the trans people. But I am not trans myself, so I don't know. I can't. It's hard for me to put myself in somebody else's shoes without hearing their take on it. I wouldn't mind hearing yours. On second thought, I could use a little company. Ooh, no, Jagasta's not into that. I've never known a woman who doesn't like things made of gold. All right, so yeah, we can bribe her for the information.
Well, baby, if you're feeling that generous, maybe I know a little. But I was hoping to get to know a handsome
Yeah, I
man
guess I
like
could
you
Google
a
it too.
little better. It's a pity. I think I'd love to feel those hard muscles under all that soft fur.
Tell me what you know about this man.
About him? Nothing much. He's been here to see me a time or two. Not very, impressive, if you ask me. But that's another story.
You better not be wasting my time.
Hold on, sweetie. I'm getting to it. All I really know is that another one of the girls said someone else came in here looking for him yesterday. She said instead of a tall mast, he was more like a limp sail.
Oh, jeez.
But she said he sure did his share of talking.
Sounds like an elf thing to me.
Yes, if you can't be good at, well, you know, something else, talking is the next best thing. She said he was one of those kind you wouldn't want to tell any secrets to, if you know what I mean.
Talk about a place where Jagasta doesn't belong.
Anyway, he said he
Much
would
like
be
the fight
taking a
cave.
ship out of Solitude back home soon. For all I know, he might still be there. Now, if you don't need me for anything else, I have customers to take care of.
Nope, that's all I needed, thank you.
That's a pity, honey.
You already got 1,500 gold from me. Can't take my innocence as well. Vigilance. Oh no, this is Miko, not Vigilance. Vigilance we already met. Okay. Well, after all my years living in these woods, it looks like the rock joint will finally be the end of me. I guess that's fine. All my friends are long dead. The only one left is poor Miko. He was always a loyal companion, and I know he'll be able to take care of himself. I hope someday I'll see him again. Okay, so it looks like your owner died, huh?
Sir Cuddles. All he needs now is to be knighted.
Okay, well, let's take him along with us.
You're not thinking of
What's wrong, boy?
taking this mangy dog with us, are you?
Oh, Rumarin.
Sleeping in the same room.
Do you want to come with me? Come on, you can follow. What do we have here? Speech? Sure. Don't need to take that with us, though, but we'll take some alchemical ingredients if we can find them. Let's see here. Okay, so we are probably not the safest companions for Miko here. So we're not going to take him along with us permanently. Maybe we can drop him in Dragon Bridge, though. Or somewhere in Solitude. We'll see. Okay, so now we got to go back up to Solitude and follow that lead. We need to see someone named Manon at the Winking Skeever. So we'll head up there, I think. I could Google it. Yeah, don't mean to make anybody uncomfortable. I like having open and honest conversations about things like that.
It's good to see another
I feel like
soul enjoying this fine day.
exposure can only bring people together on that kind of thing. But yeah, don't feel the need to elaborate if you don't want. I can Google it as well. Let's see here. Sure, I'd love to share a drink.
Nothing like fine spirits to help raise your spirits. Cheers, my friend. May your adventures find you fame and fortune.
Let's go ahead and partake, shall we? Let's see. Give us Blackbriar, huh? Oh no, gave us Hunting Brew. Oh well, we'll drink the Blackbriar. There's Dragon Bridge off in the distance there. And I think we've encountered this carriage before. I think we investigated briefly what might have happened here, but it's going to take us really off our beaten path, so...
Don't get me wrong, I feel bad for this couple having to die, but I'm also very impressed by whoever killed them, hitting a moving target and such.
Alright. Little insensitive, but I get the point. Oh, okay. Yeah, I do remember that backlash. The Twitter thing, maybe not CDPR as a whole. And the advertisement for that drink, the Mix It Up thing, does seem insensitive. But it is very much a cyberpunk thing. They weren't pulling any punches as far as that stuff goes. Okay, I mean, that's fair, Loki. That is fair. I'm not going to argue with you on that.
Why are they hurting each other?
Who's hurting each other? Yeah, I will say that the game has a theme of sexual objectification, but the trans stuff isn't even singled out. That just happens to be one example of it in the advertising. There is also male and female objectification as well in all of the advertisements. So I don't think they're singling out the trans community. But again, I can't tell groups of people what to be offended by and what not to be offended by. That's completely up to those people, and I will always respect that opinion. Okay, so yeah, these damage levels are very, very good, at least for cave bears. I think it's more balanced at the 0.25 multiplier for the damage output that I'm running through Wildcat. Yeah, it's completely fair. I won't judge you for being offended by that. I like to talk about this kind of thing because it's it gives you perspective on other people's points of view, and they're all, you know, to be respected, I think. Is this Meridia? Yeah, I'm just getting my bearings here. That's fair. We can move on, Loki. Sorry to bring it up. Okay, so Meridia... Alright, on a lot... I was going to say at the sort of north outlet of Dragon's Bridge, I'm running a city overhaul for the minor cities. I think it's called Great Cities Minor Holds or something like that, and Dragon Bridge is part of it. There seems to be an issue with the nav mesh or something, because patrols and other people who need to walk through here seem to get hung up right here at the north entrance of it. And maybe there is a fix for it coming through here. In a newer version of it. Maybe I'm just running an old version, but as you can see, we have like a Thalmor patrol here. We have Varleen Ashwood getting hung up here. We have even, I think, like a merchant wench band coming through. They all get hung up in that same spot. Yeah, here's the... This might be an immersive patrols thing, not a wench thing.
Yes?
Yeah, I think this is immersive
All
patrols.
right,
All hung up in the same area. It does get cleared up, you know, once I leave the cell and reload and come back, but it's been a little bit of a thing. The gangbang area, yeah. What are you talking about, Jagasta into gangbanging? Wow. I would say Jagasta's actually still completely virginal. He's very innocent. He made out with an orc once. But I think that was about the extent of his sexual experience. He comes from a monastery, after all. Stop trying to corrupt my my moon puss here, Loki. I know you're the god of mischief and all, but Jagasta's a good boy. I'm only gonna wait a bit playing it. Prologue and the tutorial, yeah. I think I know lots of people who are actually waiting for more fixes. And that's a fair point. But I've actually had very little issues with bugs. Every once in a long while I've had to reload a previous save that only took me back like a minute or two. I haven't had to go back hours like some people have. And in my, I think, 120 hours in playing it, I've only had one crash.
You probably want someone else. I'm just the stable boy.
Alright, son.
Alright then.
Okay, we need to go back to the City of Solitude itself, and we need to find someone named Manon in the tavern there. Oh yeah, they'll definitely have a patch out soon. And I think they've also teased / announced new free DLC that's coming out very soon in 2021. And that'll probably be very light on the new content, but probably very heavy on fixes and things like that, I'm guessing. Cat's paw, camel's toe. I've heard moose knuckle before too, but that's more on the male end of things. Let's see. Star is a sign of swingers. Oh, is there something about the these Thieves Guild things that I should know about? So if that's a star, Helga probably has a star on her door.
It's not like there's other things she needs to address.
Yeah, they were releasing patches pretty regularly there until the holidays hit. I would expect another one probably within a week or two, I would guess. Let's see here. Winking Skeever is what we're going for.
Come on in.
Be careful.
Let me know if you need anything.
I'll teach you
or
to
take
talk
a seat
to
by
me
the
that
fire,
way.
and I'll send someone over.
Hope you're willing to back those words up with your fists.
Oh, some very interesting moves there. Some hammer strikes. Back to the regular punches. Some cartwheel butterfly kicks. Zora, you are so needy. We still need to find a permanent home for Miko here. Don't let me type and drink at the same time. Alright, we're looking for a person here. Not Sorex. This guy, maybe? Just a Breton?
I'm getting on the first boat out of this cursed province.
You seem to be having a good time right now. Why do you want... What has you so afraid?
There's a cabin somewhere on the north bank of the White, near Riverwood. A kind old lady was living there. Or so I thought. She let me stay the night, but told me not to go into the cellar. Naturally, I got curious.
Oh, he's talking about, what's her name? Outside of Riverwood. Okay, what'd you find in the cellar?
There's all sorts of oddities in there. I think she was a witch or a necromancer or something. In any case, I got out of that cellar and never stopped crying.
Yeah, they're using their chi. Anise, yes, that's correct. So why do you need to get out of the whole province? If that's the worst thing you found, then you haven't been looking hard enough.
I considered going to a face sculptor, but she refused to work with me. You can try her if you want. She lives in some hole in the ground over in Markarth.
Why would I need to try it? Anyway.
Safe journeys.
This guy seems a little overly afraid, I think. Can't live your life that way. Wow, they were really beating on each other for a while. Oh, is this Manon fella? Yeah, Manon. Hello, I am looking for a high elf named Arundel. Do you know him?
Who? You must be mistaking me for someone else. I know no one by that name.
That's a fishy reply. The force is, not entirely completely different. The word is that you're involved in a slavery trading business. What? I think Lucas actually modeled his Jedi off of Samurai, which, you know, they use Ki, which is an offshoot of Chi. I think it's pretty similar, actually, from what I have read. You can talk or you can kill where you stand. Yes, this one makes friends in very high places. My name is known far and wide. Maybe I can buy you some amnesty.
Is that so? Perhaps you're right. This job has become more than I bargained for anyway.
Yeah, your name, obviously. Okay, last warning, you better talk.
I will talk, but only if you guarantee me you'll let
Both.
me say that.
William, Chi is more Chinese kung fu based, and Ki is more of the Japanese version of it. Yeah, trying to explain Chi or Ki is also complicated as well. Agreed. Where is Arundel? Yeah, but Chi and Ki are basically the same thing. I think the Chinese had it first, and the Japanese took it on second.
An odd bandit named
Made it their own.
Some say his last name is Forktongue, but I wouldn't know about that for sure. All I know is that Arundel sends the product to Gulag, and he takes care of getting them smuggled out of Skyrim.
Taekwondo. Alright, so, careful of Loki's legs. He can kick you. Where can I find this Gunlaug?
I don't know exactly where he is, but I know they smuggle the product out of Skyrim from an old shipwreck on the coast northwest of here. I heard they used an old frozen cave to hold the product, and then used boats to transfer them out to one of their ships at night. My shipment is supposed to be on its way there now. I swear to you that is all I know.
Alright, so your product will not be shipped as you hoped it would. If I can help it. Your product will not be shipped as hoped it would. Okay, so the human trafficking, supposedly.
Not now, at least.
Okay, and you are going to leave Skyrim on the next possible ship. What you're doing is very evil.
Yes, of course. As I said, I've already made those arrangements.
And if I ever see you here again, there will be hell to pay.
You needn't worry about that. Now then, I'll take my leave of you.
Okay, so gameplay is a bit more balanced now with the reduced damage output through Wildcat. So I don't feel as bad about taking some followers along with me. It's going to be less powerful, less overly done here. But I really don't want to take Miko along with me because this is a very dangerous situation. You know, Salma and Barent seem like nice people, and they have some kids here. Sama, and Barent, and they have some kids here who might enjoy a dog.
Huh. You know, you've got a certain fire in your eyes. Just like my Barent. Please, feel free to look around. We've got a bit of everything.
So, Berend is the blacksmith, yes. The same fire in his eyes. Does he have the same love for dogs?
Come back to bits and pieces anytime.
Either Zora or Rumarin is just tearing stuff up in the other room over there. Hopefully he doesn't hang out right in the doorway the whole time, but alright. So that family has... Ooh. Zora was going bottomless there for a second. Yeah, so they have kids. They seem like a nice family. I think Miko will have a good life with them. It is only noon. Let's stop for some lunch. We'll eat the goat. We'll have some chowder. That filled us up, and we'll have a swig of water. And we're hydrated. Okay, ready for the road. You break, you buy, for sure. Denefei had fun doing this quest. Putting paid to a Thalmor slave trade. It's right up her alley. Yeah, I think Jagasta would also feel very strongly about ending this this human trafficking situation here. And probably puts a big red mark up against the Thalmor in his book. He has so far remained fairly indifferent toward them. It was not his fight. But if this is the kind of thing they're doing, he may choose to take a more active role in it. I don't think he would go as far as to joining the Stormcloaks, because there are some things that they do that he doesn't agree with as well. But that's not the correct way either. I have to hang a right at the Meridia Shrine. But if he sees a skirmish between somebody and the Thalmor, he might take up arms against the Thalmor. I don't know. We'll have to see. See how it shakes out. But just your random Thalmor patrols and stuff, probably not going to pick a fight with. And the Legion, he's going to see as sort of a third party to that. I don't think this stuff is sanctioned by the Empire at all. Might not even know what's going on. Kill all Thalmor on sight. Yeah, there are plenty of characters that would do that. I don't think Jagasta is one of them. I don't think he really kills anything on sight. He's not a violent person.
What's a milk drinker like you doing out here? Go home to your mother.
Yeah, well, your helmet's stupid. Case in point. I have several characters that would probably take that as a challenge and fight that work, but Jagasta's not one of them. He is a peace-loving hippie cat, for sure. Oh, that's Darnair. Yeah, he also does not like Imperials. If you remember his story, I said that at the start of his series. As his history. Okay, yeah, that does make sense. It is definitely a legitimate position to take. I will say that. Okay, looks like I need to take this path all the way around this mountain range here to get there, so... we have some hooving to do. Yeah, Denefei's also kill Thalmor on sight. I remember that. Alright, is this bear dead? Okay, if the beast attacks us, then so be it. But we're not gonna leave him there to that fate. Okay, much more balanced now with the reduced damage output for sure. Defense is still strong with the timed blocking. It just takes some more doing. Trying to vanquish something with my fists. He had been kept as a pet by Imperials and abused since he was a kitten. So yeah, he isn't too trusting of them. Some exceptions can be... Yeah, exceptions can always be made, but that does sound like a terrible life to live. And I can definitely tell why he'd be harboring some resentment. I mean, I would. Okay, something triggered Okado's here. And I don't see what that might be. That goat went running off. Maybe some kind of predatorial animal around here somewhere, but I don't see anything. Darnair's love triangle? Okay, so power attacks still do hit really hard, depending on stamina levels. I do have a perk that tells, or that actually scales power attack damage based on movement speed buffs, of which I do have plenty. So finding areas to do that power attack, that kick, will be key with these new damage settings, but I like that, actually. I like that a lot. Oh, okay, so Inigo and another follower has fallen for them both. Can you romance Inigo? I've actually not played with Inigo far enough to get to that point with him in that relationship. I don't know if that's an option for him. Is he marriageable? I suppose it's easy enough to roleplay relationships with followers. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. Oh, okay. I don't want to give anything away. Thanks. Looks like I got some Steam friends on here playing some Halo Master Chief Collection. They did a good job with that collection, especially after the bug fixes and stuff they came out with after release. Might want to get back in there for some competitive play. I think that would be fun. We got another fellow kitty here. Doesn't seem to like us too much. So we will defend ourselves. It's a shame, but, you know, it happens. I do have One with Nature installed on some profiles, but I don't think I have it on this one. I do not, and I am done adding mods to this profile after having to scrap a save file and start over, basically. About 30 hours into it. Not going to do that again. But on other profiles, I am running the One with Nature mod, and that does allow you to set up aggression of all the different animals. That would have been a nice option for Jagasta, I think. You've only played the first Halo. I've played through all of them. Excuse me, I'm tired. I think I need a nap. I've played through not all of them, but a lot of them. Halo 1, 2, and 3, and Reach, since that came out on PC. Halo 1, 2, and 3 I played with friends in college. And that was fun. Obviously it looks a lot better on PC, but I did enjoy playing online as well too. Mostly because they came out on Xbox. Yeah, you can get a good deal. The Master Chief Collection is on Steam now. I think you can get it on sale for a good price, but I think it goes for, I don't know, $50 or so, and you get like basically all of the Halo games outside of Halo 5, I believe, which is still its own main release. It's the latest game in the series, I think. So they don't bundle that one in, but. And then Halo Infinite is going to be free to play, which kind of scares me. Microtransactions might get a little out of control there. But, you know, being free to play does create a very low barrier to entry for many, many people. So, you know, maybe it'll be good. The Call of Duty Warzone thing seems to be doing well for Activision. And a lot of people really enjoy it, so... Still doing plenty of damage, even at a quarter. Okay. Let's get our other paw out here for this. Into defensive stance so we can get some blocking going on. Oh, our arena foes are helping us out here now too. That's cool. Nice dodge there, Marauder. Chokeslam. Alright, who is hitting me now? Are we good? Anybody else? Okay. Still looking for Phoenix Strike. That is a forgotten magic spell that I would really like to incorporate into Jagasa's playstyle here. 80 hours in, still haven't found it. Getting some crap luck there, that's for sure. Ooh, there's Lightning Strike, so we are getting forgotten magic tomes, just not the ones I want. As we get up in level, we'll get a better chance. I think it's a higher level spell, Phoenix Strike is. And it works as a lesser power that you can activate on demand, so it is a very valuable spell, and I think it's higher level, so as we get more advanced, I have a better chance of finding it, I think. We still have 3 slavers running around here somewhere, too. We're not particularly hidden here, so I wonder what the deal is. And we've killed 10 slavers already? I've only seen, like, the 4 bodies here. I think south of here, there are more slavers.
Stand still!
Who are you fighting? Oh, these trees are just rough, huh? The undergrowth is just too thick. I can't see anything.
Never back down.
Alright, who's zapping us? Okay, that's fine.
I've always wanted to say that.
And I think I have instincts here somewhere. Doesn't seem to be working though. That's cool. There it goes. Nothing good there either. Okay, that was 3, right? So that... Oh, now there's only 7. Oh, I see. It's counting down, not up. Alright, that makes sense. So where are the rest of these slavers then, huh? So William's going to check out the Master Chief Collection. Yeah. Okay, so Okada's triggered here, which means probably more slavers here. Ow, more slaves.
Yield or flee, your choice.
And somebody shot me in the head. Rumarin. Don't you have like bound arrows or something that you're going to be using with that bow? I don't know why you feel the need to use the iron ones. Let me catch up on chat here. Not sure about VOD. Oh, Call of Duty doesn't look... Yeah, yeah, it's not for everybody, especially if you're more into like slower paced stuff like Assassin's Creed or Skyrim, things like that. The Call of Duty's probably not going to be your thing. ESO is a lot better now than when it first came out. I admit I've not had time to play it for months now. Yeah, ESO, I thought it was good when it came out. I played it a little bit on PlayStation 4. But for me, it just had that online feeling. That MMO feeling. Everything's a little delayed whenever you interact with something. Things just tend to be a little slippery in terms of controls. It just felt like an online MMO game to me.
That's all you've got?
Even though I thought the game itself was pretty good. And actually Fallout 76 felt the same way. I did play it on a free weekend a couple days ago, and I did actually think it was pretty good. It wasn't bad for an MMO. Even that game is not massively multiplayer. It has much smaller instances. But yeah, it was a lot better than a lot of the reports on it. It still had that MMO feeling to it. Slippery controls, everything was just a little bit delayed. There were janky spawns. I just couldn't get into it. I just can't do an online game like that. Main character in it is Dana Fey, Tariel's ancestor. Yeah, I think I remember that. That's a cool idea. Still don't have base. I don't want to spend money on updates or something I don't buy. Yeah, for sure. I understand that too. Don't even with Fallout 76. Glad I didn't waste the money. Yeah, I didn't spend money on it either. I just played the free weekend. I don't want to support it either, just because their microtransaction practice on it is really rough. It's almost predatory. So I don't want to support them either with that game. Just let me pay my 60 or 70 bucks up front for the full game. And give me lots of content that I can play at my own leisure. Don't need the microtransactions. Don't have a taste for them. But I feel like if I were into online games, I would be happy with where Fallout 76 is right now.
Need something?
Need something?
You guys okay? I guess I gotta kill all the slavers first before I help them out. Yeah, the loot box stuff is definitely gambling. I don't know that Fallout 76 has the loot box stuff. It might. The biggest problem I have with Fallout 76 is just the prices for the stuff that they offer is completely unreasonable. It's really expensive. And the way that you have to buy their currency is also predatory, because they only let you buy their currency in increments that you're going to have a little bit left over, regardless of what you buy. But not enough left over to buy something else. So then you have to buy more of their currency in order to use the currency that you've already bought. And that's terrible. I will never buy any of their currency just because of that.
It's a vicious cycle.
I don't know who you are, friend, but thank you. Will you go check outside and make sure it's safe for us to leave? I heard that bandit
Phoenix Rising does seem good.
way to ship us out of here.
There's a lot of good reports about that game. People really love it. That's an Ubisoft game, right? But it's a completely new engine. It doesn't use the Assassin's Creed stuff or the Far Cry stuff. It's a completely new thing.
I'll see what I can do to get my family and the other man ready to get out of here. Please make sure the coast is clear, and please hurry.
So now we just gotta escort them back out, I guess? Yeah.
Yes?
Yes?
Oh.
You are starting to become a nuisance. Find him.
I think I was supposed to be paralyzed there, but I think I'm also immune to paralysis. We'll just make believe I was paralyzed.
To see your friend Lane coming back around. Oh, don't worry. The paralysis isn't permanent, but you may have a headache for a while.
I don't know about the base system specs, Loki. I think it has console releases, so probably not anything huge. What have you done to me?
I suppose there's no harm in you knowing. It's a spell from a very arcane and ancient school of magic. I am one of only a few who can wield it these days. For a lesser skilled being, it's a
I don't think any new Ubisoft releases have come to Steam. I think they make you buy it through their... They might be Epic exclusive now, if you don't want to buy it directly from them. Which I usually do with Ubisoft games now. I don't mind buying separate directly. I just don't want to give Epic my support.
Of course not. You've caused me quite the bit of trouble, you know. But be that as it may, I'm glad to finally meet you face to face.
Yeah, I thought it was on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, so... You might be able to play it. Usually the system requirements for those are pretty low if they support consoles as well.
Yes, charming to the last, I'm sure. But you do understand that it's simply a matter of my good graces that you're still alive, don't you? Do you think that slaughtering an entire dispatch of Old Mary's soldiers, including 2 justiciars...
Yeah, some of the older Ubisoft games you can get on Steam, but they haven't released the new ones.
That fetid little town you're trying to rebuild,
I think they have an
has been
exclusivity
razed to the
agreement with
ground
Epic.
by now. And the Thalmor would have once and for all...
Which you would think Ubisoft is big enough that it didn't need that exclusivity money, but oh well.
Oh, you look surprised. But don't worry. I know everything. The town, this Marcus Janus, and most of all Valerius Tiberius Arturia, and his pathetic remnants of the Keepers of Hatu. They were also once a great thorn in my side, and, like you, caused me not a little bit of trouble in the past. But their time, his time, and yours, has come to an
GOG is actually a great way to buy games. Well, you butchered his wife and children. What do you expect?
I expect him to die, like all men will die or serve the Dominion. The era of men has come.
All
and
elves die
gone.
too, you know.
It is now the time of the Ultima. You know, once a very patient people, but that patience has worn thin.
And what do you want with me? Why haven't you killed me?
I could have killed you, but I did not. Why?
You're asking me? I'm asking you. I'm guessing you need me for something?
Yes, good. You see, we're not so different, you and I. I killed his family and others. You killed my men at the prison. We are both murderers. It's all just a matter of perspective.
I am nothing like you. I kill when it is impossible to do anything else.
But yes, you are. You will see that in time, if you live.
You're talking like you think you are a lot wiser than you actually are. So what is it that you want?
You will go get Valerius Tiberius Arturia.
Yeah, the voice acting is actually great.
The prison where you murdered my soldiers.
Actually, most of the voice acting in this mod is awesome. The Korst voice, the Arnold voice, is not great, but you know, it's good for what it is, I suppose. I will not do any such thing.
But there is where you're wrong. You will, or else your friend Marcus Janus will die.
Marcus? You have him?
As I said, I know everything about you and your friends. I know that yesterday he decided to take a little stroll down to Riverwood. You know, you just can't be too careful these days. You never know when you might get kidnapped and brought to me. So, as you can see, you have little choice. Bring Valerius to me, and I might let Janus live.
Well, you know, Janus would not want us saving his life for
and you. So you see,
any of this, so
Valerius is going to die one way.
As much as I would like to save both of them, I am not going to trade the integrity of our mission for this.
Life of your friend. It's your choice. Now, you must sleep for a bit, and when you wake, you'll be back at the shore. You know what you must do.
Yeah, the Hitman games I really want to play. I love immersive sims. Hitman and Thief are that type of game, along with like Dishonored. And those are very high up in my priority of games to play in my backlog. People love the Hitman games, and I'm looking forward to playing them. I have not played a single one yet. It's one of Zora's arrows. Okay, what do they want me to do here? Oh, nice. Hitman 2, huh? I have the Hitman games in my library. Not all of them, but I have a lot of them. And I like to play them in order. Okay, so was ambushed by Arundel, taken to his private ship. He told me he knew everything about what we've been doing. He also said that he was holding Marcus prisoner and that I must bring Valerius to the prison south of Helgen, or that he would kill Marcus. Okay, well, we'll see what Valerius wants to do. But Valerius is probably going to want to go free Marcus, and I don't blame him. Ooh. Getting a little juicy. And we will help him do that. We completely understand where Valerius is going to want to come from on this, so we will support him the best we can in this effort. So I guess we have to truck all the way back down to Helgen, tell Valerius what's going on, probably rile up the troops, get him going. And this is probably of utmost importance to Jagasta at this point. So I think we'll go do that. But I think, honestly, I am hungry. I am tired in real life, so I need to go take care of that. And we've been streaming now for about 3 hours, 3 or so hours. So I think now is a good point to bring it to a stop. Janus is a two-headed god. Playing Hitman 2 off screen. Multitasking, yes, for sure. I love the Hitman movie with Timothy Oliphant. He's just perfect to play 47. I haven't seen that. I'll probably watch it late one night when I can't sleep. Saw that a while ago too. There is a note here with Zachary Quinto as a villain in it as well. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining me. It was fun, as always. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. If you are happening across this video in the archive or the stream and you're not part of the community, do check out the links below for more great Skyrim content. Lots of very talented creators down in there. Give them a watch and leave a comment. Show some love to them as well. And I will see you next time. I stream every Saturday around 10:30 or so, Arizona time. Not going to be able to do the math for you on that one as far as what time that is your time, but same time and day pretty much every week. So come hang out again next time. Until then, be well, and I will see ya. Take care, guys. Bye.